So, hello everybody. It's a great pleasure to be here, and it's a great honor that I was invited as well. And it's a great pleasure to be at this conference. And I think organizers has done a great job for all the speakers and all, of course, of attendees as well. So my name is Kaļķis, and I represent University of Latvia. I will shortly tell our main research results from one of my PhD students. Of course, did the main research, but we did it all together. So I will try to quickly emphasize main results that we gained actually in our research. Why this topic is actual? Because you can see that always recently that the service industry is really evolving. It's going like higher levels than manufacturing in general. So if you have a comparison in the world, goods and production sector is lower than service providing sector. So okay, there are some maybe lower indicators, but at the same time, when you look at the statistics, service is always nowadays it's becoming more and more important, especially in our Baltic countries. If you follow the news and also the tendencies. And as you can see, this role of services in the worldwide economy is taking the greatest role. So as you can see also not only in Europe level, but also in US, Northern America, I think you can see those results, and that services is taking big percentage of whole GDP. So what we did in our research, purpose was first of all to study scientific literature, to find out the main actualities, what is happening in the field of artificial intelligence and machine learning. And we also were focusing on opportunities of using artificial intelligence in different written communication and exploring how wide this could be used in finance sector organization, as well as projecting this to other types of organizations. My PhD student, Svetlana, she is working in DNB Bank, which is one of the largest banks in Scandinavia. So that's why partially we were trying to integrate those results, and we made also a small case study just to understand whether scientific research is really working. So methodology, of course, it was to use comprehensive literature analysis, and also we used a small case study. So what we gained, main results. Artificial intelligence can be widely used in both public and private sectors. That's based on scientific literature. Especially, of course, we were focusing on service industries. In the case study, what we did in the banking sector of the service industry, there are areas of opportunity where we identified the work being done systematically with the testing and implementing of smaller initiatives. But at the same time, the risk was minimized, and the organization was to build this competence. And there are advantages of scale in working with initiatives centrally, and thus also developing company world these capabilities. There was a concern when we are doing the research. Why is it important to study this? So lean, because we are also dealing with these efficiency things, how we can effectize many things. So and we were combining lean and artificial intelligence all together. So as you can see, based on latest researches, you know, the industry revolution 4.0, 5.0 is already in force. So robotics, these processes, automatization, and artificial intelligence is becoming a natural part of improvements in different technological shifts. This is all based on scientific literature, and as of rising a lot of excitement and concerns for the future. As we heard previous, for example, presentation about ethical concerns, about different other stuff that actually is very linked with artificial intelligence. Also, for example, also using in smart city development, as we were discussing these previous days as well. So as you can see, how we can increase efficiency using artificial intelligence by different tools, and we can use, of course, we use this case study in a banking sector just to prove our results. So one of that is OCR services, so about this ownership and control reporting, so objective detection using deep learning models. Another is process automatization, of course. Different back and front office processes that you can do, and chatbots, so chat automatization services for bot mode automation and human mode automation as well. And in next slides, I will tell you what actually how how it's important and what we actually gained. So strategy in services, there are different strategies. So we found that those could work in the best manner. So first of all, integrated, automated, and human modes. So in best possible options. And second is modularity and loose coupling. So just to find the best elements that are working together in the best way. Of course, also multi-tenant solutions. So there are also possibilities how we can link all together, and the data is gained by different. It's anonymous data, but you cannot actually track it, and actually that's also very important how it should be actually done with artificial intelligence. And of course, cloud first. This is also an approach that you can use when you are automating different services. So the results from case study, what we did actually. So customer service, it's all doable because all products in organization, we use the chatbot. It's being used for external customer of the organization. Also human resources and employee-related communication regarding salary, regarding vacation, benefits, and so on. Also procedure support by internal processes, also legal and other regulatory requirement support. Everything is possible just to automate, and also using these chat optimization possibilities. Some key for the future, we can also use IPA, for example, order new passwords, solving different work tasks. We can also use different platforms. I will not go in details as I'm watching the time because we are running a little bit out. And of course, ChatGPT, you can use also cases for Explore for training data generation, for chatbot models and chat conversation and other things. As you can see, total of 2.87 million chat conversations in 2022, and automation rate was around 60% actually. So what kind of lessons learned? So 5 years from negative feedback to cooperation. We can increase self-service more using IPAs. And of course, some people are not happy talking to bots, chatbots, that's also reality. But at the same time, it can automate a lot of things, as you can see, more than 60% in general. I don't think that, maybe we'll see, we also did small,
every target that we are facing.
Small, like also link with other case study from Lufthansa. Maybe we can see why this data is very important actually in this approach. Maybe let's watch a small video here.
The target that we are facing with Celonis is about customer satisfaction, as a punctual flight is the basic customer satisfaction for everyone who travels with an airline. My name is Philipp Grindemann. I am head of business development and project management at Lufthansa CityLine. If we look on the processes, for example, in the ground operations, we have a lot of parallel processes that are performed before an aircraft can depart. Celonis helps us to get the transparency in fueling, catering, and the boarding processes, and to align the speed and to get every process on time ready so that the aircraft can depart on time. In former times, we had a lot of lean initiatives, but the lean initiatives never were digitized. So Celonis brings for us the first time the opportunity to guide the way to more efficient processes. If we wouldn't have process mining as a technology, the only way we could have a transparency in our processes would be to have consultants walk around the whole world to check out the processes, and this is what we have in a blink of an eye with process mining. We got the first results in month, and this is something we never got out of a software tool, and we never got out of a transformation process before.
I think it was longer, but let's skip it. So, just in general, so they are doing this process mining, and of course they are gaining the data that they can learn as well their own artificial intelligence to be more efficient. Actually, main conclusions: there are still many unanswered questions, as you also heard from many other presentations today, in the work with artificial intelligence, and also how we can use this generative artificial intelligence. It's also very frequently used in the country's largest banks, as I mentioned, also this DNB Bank as a case study that we used, and also the healthcare system and many other public institutions. And our case study clearly was showing that the possibility to automate is up to 60% of internal communication with acceptable risk level in organization. So it's basically what we can do also in the future. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much for sticking to the time. We have time for a question. We received a question from Slido. Sure. What method did you use to find out the effect of AI application to the efficiency of banking services?
So yeah, thank you. Very good question, actually. And we used surveys for employees, just to also involve them, their opinion. And of course, there are regular meetings where we also used for interviewing those main leaders of the departments, and they were doing also their own KPIs in each department. So the data was gained from like comprehensive these kind of things. But of course, this will be more. This is what we are now working on the next publication, just to show all the main results from the case study. Particularly for this one was more this theoretical approach, but I just wanted to emphasize that we are doing also this real case study as well.
Thank you very much. Very interesting work.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks.